I have always been talking about why money is important to you. I have already pointed out to you that if you spend less than what you make, you will become a wealthy man. Only it's a question of time. I have also said savings is the first habit. So if savings is the first habit, then savings becomes your first expense. A lot of people have asked me how to spend money wisely. So I thought I will talk about that. First, hit the like button of this video if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel. It's not enough if you subscribe. Kindly ask your friends and relatives to subscribe too. Only subscription will not do. You need to hit the bell notification so that every time we put up a video, you are notified. The algorithm at times does not notify every video. So let me talk about spending money today. How do you spend money wisely? I'm going to talk about 7 steps today. Step 1. Use a notebook. The Japanese called it KK-BU. So use a notebook, track your finances. That is, write your daily expense, weekly expense, monthly expense, and annual expense. In between, if you have to pay something quarterly, write your quarterly expense. Write it with a pencil and put pen to paper so that you can track exactly what you are doing. This means that you will think twice before spending money. It is very important that you track every paisa you spend. Once you can see it on paper, maybe you can cut a rupee here or there. It is very difficult to cut big budget items. What you can save is the pennies or the paisas, or maybe a 5 rupee here and a 10 rupee there. So it's very important that you track your finance. Don't use computer. You put pen to paper. Use a notebook. Second, think about long-term benefits and drawback of purchases. I have a rule that when I buy something, I think for 24 hours before pressing the buy button. So maybe at times I'll realize I do not need it and may not buy it. This is for small value items. For big bang purchases, which are more than 10,000 rupees for me, procrastinate, I think, for a week, for a month, and then decide whether I need to buy or not. This kind of mild to serious procrastination helps me to decide whether I need that product or not. Remember, once you buy a product, most consumer durables value only at 50% of once it walks out of the showroom. Similarly, you buy a car, bring it out of the showroom, the value drops. So think and procrastinate before you make a purchase. 3. Pay cash. Don't use card. It is psychological. When you pay by cash, you are going to think twice about taking out money from your purse and spending. The moment you use a card, you don't care. You think you can pay any amount of money. Stop using credit cards or debit cards. If you are using a credit card, make sure that you will have enough money to clear on due date. What do I mean by saying don't hope? Don't hope some money will come from somewhere and you will pay it on the due date. You should have a fixed source of income, such as a salary or a rent, which will come on that day and you can pay off your credit cards. If you do not know the source of your money, don't use the credit card. Always don't pay minimum balance. Pay off the entire month dues of a credit card on due date. Otherwise, you will suffer. In fourth point, very important, Monida uses this to tickle you to buy by saying, neighbors envy, owner's pride. So don't envy your neighbor. Maybe he could afford to buy something and you cannot afford it. Stick to what you can afford. Don't compare yourselves with your neighbors, friends, and relatives. Their position in life may be better than yours. Or it could be the story of the ant and the grasshopper, which I have related before. Try to be the industrious ant and not the merry grasshopper. If your relatives or friend wants to be the grasshopper, learn to ignore it and allow them to go down the drain. You remain the ant, industrious, savoring every grain you can. 5. Figure out which habits are costing you money and which you can cut out. One I can straight away point out is smoking. Smoking costs a lot of money. The other is good taking out your bike even if it is a walkable distance. Any distance less than 500 meters you should cover by foot instead of taking your bike and going. I have seen lot of kids taking the bike out to go 200 meters to their friend's place, sit on that bike and do chit chat. Might as well they walk up to the friend. Two things are there: it's good exercise and also saves fuel. Learn to value savings. This is what is most important. Remember the marshmallow test. A bird in hand is worth two in the bush. So try to put away money for a rainy day. Lifespans are increasing, and youngsters today can normally expect to live till 80 years. You'll retire at 58, if not earlier. The day of regular jobs is over. Nobody is giving you jobs forever. So, when income becomes unstable, you have to save a lot more. Therefore, stop spending, start saving. Every penny counts. Try to keep a piggy bank and put every excess change in it. And at the end of the month, sweep it to save that money. That can go a long way. Finally, start investing early because there are three things that are important in achieving your goals for retirement or any other thing. One is the length of runway, that is the amount of time you have. The other is the rate of compounding, and the third is the amount you put invest. You have no control over the length of runway. The sooner you start, the better it is. So start as soon as you get your first paycheck. You have no control over the rate at which you compound. That completely depends on the economic conditions. The rate of savings can be controlled by you. If you are a bachelor, you can save up to 50% of your income. Even when you get married, try to save 30% of your income. Then you can hope to retire early and retire peacefully. Thank you for watching. Be rich. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification. If you use Kindle, you can buy the book using the Kindle link given below. If you want a hard copy, send a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would get in touch with you. At the very end, if you want to get in touch with me, please send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. I am grateful for your support of Be Rich.